Today, I want to challenge you. I want to shake you awake, because the truth is simple but brutal. Your life will never change until your days do. Every day you hit snooze. Every day you scroll instead of create. Every day you settle for comfort instead of conquering. That is a lazy day. And lazy days pile up. They become weeks, months, years. And suddenly, your dreams are standing on the sidelines while you keep apologizing to yourself for not showing up. But here's the thing, lazy days end today. From this moment on, you are stepping into a new life, a life made only of legend days. Legend days aren't about perfection. They aren't about waiting for motivation to magically appear. They're about deciding right now that you refuse to be ordinary. On a legend day, you don't just wake up, you rise. You rise with purpose. You rise with energy that refuses to be tamed. You take control of every second, every choice, every breath, and you ask yourself, am I going to be the person who looks back with regret, or the person who stands tall knowing they lived fully? The answer is obvious if you are honest with yourself. Every legend day starts with a decision to own your time, own your energy, and own your destiny. It's not about how much time you have. It's about what you do with the time you're given. 1 hour spent learning, 1 hour spent building, 1 hour spent creating, that is a day that will echo in your life forever. Lazy days are cheap. Legend days are priceless. You need to understand something crucial. Success doesn't come to the person who waits. It comes to the person who moves. It comes to the person who refuses excuses, who refuses procrastination, who refuses to let fear dictate their actions. Every lazy day is a vote for mediocrity. Every legend day is a vote for the extraordinary life you know you were born to live. So, how do you create legend days? First, set your standard high. Don't settle for average. Don't settle for comfort. Decide today that you will demand greatness from yourself even when no one is watching. Second, take massive action. Ideas are worthless without execution. Dreams are invisible without action. You must move relentlessly until your vision becomes reality. And third, refuse to quit. Obstacles will rise. People will doubt you, the world will test you, but legend days are born from resilience, from refusing to surrender to anything less than your potential. Imagine looking back on your life, not with I wish I had, but with I conquered, I dared, I became a legend. Every moment you spend today is a seed. Plant it with purpose. Water it with effort. Feed it with passion. Lazy days starve your life. Legend days build it. From this moment on, every morning is an opportunity. Every decision is a chance. Every action is a declaration. I will not be ordinary. I will not be lazy. I will live a life that matters. I will create legend days every day without compromise. No more lazy days. Only legend days. Your life is waiting its time to rise. Lazy days kill your potential. Legend days amplify it. Think about it for a moment. Every day you choose comfort over action. Every day you choose distraction over focus. You are quietly putting limits on what you can achieve. It doesn't happen in one dramatic moment. It happens in tiny increments. 1 more hour scrolling, 1 more excuse, 1 more I'll do it tomorrow. Each one is a vote for mediocrity. Each one chips away at the life you could have had. The truth is simple. The potential you have is massive, but potential alone doesn't create anything. Action creates everything. Dreams, goals, achievements, the impact you leave in the world, all of it, comes from the accumulation of deliberate, focused, high-energy days. And that's the difference between lazy days and legend days. Lazy days are quiet, safe, and comfortable, but they are barren. They give nothing back. Legend days, on the other hand, are alive. They demand something from you, they stretch you, they test you, and in return, they reward you with growth, momentum, and unstoppable forward movement. To create legend days, you have to first understand what a lazy day really is. Lazy days are not just about physical inactivity. They are about mental surrender. They are about letting your mind drift, letting excuses rule your decisions, and allowing fear to dictate your choices. Lazy days masquerade as rest, but real rest restores energy and prepares you for massive action. Lazy days drain energy, weaken focus, and delay your progress. They are seductive because they feel good in the moment, but the cost is your potential slipping quietly through your fingers. Every person you admire, every success story that inspires you, every legend you respect, none of them achieved greatness by embracing lazy days. They achieved greatness by making their days count, by turning ordinary moments into extraordinary results, by refusing to accept less than their full power. And that's the mindset you must adopt. You must stop rationalizing your inaction, stop waiting for motivation to arrive, and start demanding more from yourself today. Legend days are built on conscious decisions. They are built on the refusal to accept mediocrity. Every action you take, every choice you make, contributes to the life you are creating. When you decide to replace a lazy day with a legend day, you are not just changing one day, you are rewriting the trajectory of your life. Imagine the impact of hundreds, thousands of days lived at this level. Every hour becomes a tool for building skill, developing discipline, and expanding influence. Every challenge becomes an opportunity to push beyond your comfort zone. Every interaction becomes a chance to inspire or learn. Lazy days are wasted opportunities. Legend days seize opportunities relentlessly, without hesitation. They create momentum, and momentum is unstoppable once it begins. The person who chooses legend days understands that time is the most precious resource, and they refuse to squander it. Action is the bridge between potential and results. You can have limitless potential, the biggest ideas, the boldest visions, but if your days are lazy, they remain invisible. Action transforms ideas into reality. Action fuels confidence, builds skill, and develops resilience. Legend days demand action because they are about contribution, progress, and impact. They are about showing up as the best version of yourself, even when the world is quiet, even when no one is watching. They are about creating value in every moment, about moving forward when others stand still, about setting a standard of excellence that refuses compromise. Lazy days allow doubt and fear to fester. Legend days confront doubt, challenge fear, and prove to yourself that you are capable of far more than you think. Every legendary figure you admire has had to overcome resistance, fatigue, and distraction. They did not wait for the perfect moment. They created it. And that is exactly what you must do. Discipline is the engine of legend days. Discipline is the ability to do what must be done, even when you don't feel like it. It is the refusal to allow excuses, distractions, or laziness to steal your power. Discipline is what transforms ordinary people into extraordinary achievers. When you commit to living legend days, you are committing to a higher standard, a new level of accountability, a life where your actions consistently match your dreams. And yes, it is hard. Legend days are not comfortable. They require effort, focus, and sometimes sacrifice, but the reward is exponential. The person who consistently chooses legend days builds mastery, influence, confidence, and momentum. They live in a state of unstoppable progress, and every day adds to a life that is remarkable, meaningful, and impactful. Lazy days kill your potential because they allow your life to drift. They let fear, distraction, and indecision decide your outcome. Legend days amplify your potential because they force you to harness your energy, focus your mind, and take massive, deliberate action. They turn ordinary moments into extraordinary opportunities, challenges into breakthroughs, and vision into reality. When you commit to legend days, you are saying no to mediocrity, no to excuses, no to fear, and yes to your full potential. You are choosing a life that is vibrant, purposeful, and unstoppable. You are choosing to show up every day as a force, a creator, a champion, and a human being who refuses to settle for less than extraordinary. Every moment is a choice: settle for comfort or rise to greatness. Life is not happening to you, it is happening through you. Every second, every decision, every action shapes the trajectory of your existence. Yet so many people move through life as if they have no control, as if the world is a river and they are just drifting along. They wait for permission, for opportunity, for someone else to push them forward, and that waiting is the silent thief of potential. It is in the small choices, repeated over time, that your future is forged. To rise to greatness, you must become conscious of every choice you make. You must understand that comfort is seductive, but comfort is a cage, and greatness is found outside the cage. Every moment you spend avoiding discomfort, avoiding challenge, avoiding risk, you are choosing to remain ordinary. Every moment you embrace discomfort, push beyond fear, and take decisive action, you are choosing greatness. Comfort is not inherently bad, but it becomes dangerous when it replaces growth. Humans are wired to seek safety, predictability, and ease. Evolution built in the desire for comfort to protect us from immediate threats. But in the modern world, comfort is no longer about survival, it is a trap. It keeps you from building skill, from stretching your mind, from creating impact. Sitting in your routine, scrolling endlessly, procrastinating, and avoiding effort feels good in the moment, but it robs you of your future. Greatness does not come to the comfortable, the passive, or the hesitant. Greatness comes to those who choose to move, to act, to fight, to grow, even when it is hard. Every moment you have is a decision point. Will you stay small, or will you rise? Will you settle, or will you conquer? Will you drift, or will you steer the ship of your life with purpose and courage? Every choice has a ripple effect. When you choose comfort, you reinforce patterns of limitation. You teach yourself that laziness is acceptable, that fear is powerful, and that your dreams can wait. That one choice becomes 2, then 3, then 20. Weeks, months, years can pass under the weight of small decisions that favor ease over excellence. But when you choose greatness in even one moment, that choice carries power. It builds momentum. It strengthens your will. It creates the confidence that allows you to take another bold action and another until you are unstoppable. Greatness compounds, just like laziness compounds. The difference is where you decide to invest your energy. Every moment you choose courage over fear, discipline over distraction, effort over laziness, you are building a life of meaning and impact. Rising to greatness is not about being perfect. It is about being intentional. It is about recognizing that every moment matters, that life does not wait for tomorrow, that the only time you truly control is now. Great people are not defined by talent alone. They are defined by the choices they make consistently. They choose focus when others are distracted. They choose action when others are hesitating. They choose vision over comfort, challenge over avoidance, and growth over stagnation. You must decide that your moments are valuable, that your energy is sacred, and that your potential is non-negotiable. This mindset is what separates those who drift through life from those who dominate it. When you choose to rise to greatness, you stop giving power to excuses. You stop allowing fear to dictate your decisions. Fear is a natural signal, but it is not a stop sign. Comfort is natural, but it is not a destination. True greatness requires you to face fear, embrace uncertainty, and commit to action despite the discomfort. You must practice discipline, strengthen focus, and train your mind to see obstacles not as roadblocks, but as opportunities to grow stronger, wiser, and more capable. Every choice to rise, every moment spent pushing forward, is a declaration that you will not settle, that you will not be ordinary, that you will not allow life to pass by while you remain on the sidelines. Greatness is available to anyone who chooses it, but it is only claimed by those who refuse to be passive. Those who rise understand the value of each moment, the cost of delay, and the power of decision. They take responsibility for their lives, for their outcomes, and for the legacy they are creating. They know that one lazy day is a setback, but one legendary choice compounds into unstoppable progress. Your potential is unlocked by the decisions you make now, in this moment. Comfort tempts you, doubt challenges you, fear whispers to you, but greatness calls louder. It calls for courage, for action, for commitment. Every second you hesitate, every second you settle, is a lost opportunity. Every second you rise, every second you choose challenge over ease, every second you take decisive action, you step closer to a life that is extraordinary. Legend days are built through massive action, discipline, and relentless focus. The truth is, potential alone is meaningless without execution. You can have the greatest ideas, the boldest dreams, the deepest ambition, but if you do not act, none of it manifests. Massive action is the bridge between vision and reality. It is the engine that drives results, the force that transforms intention into achievement. Every legend day begins with a commitment to act, to push, to create, to do more than what feels comfortable or convenient. Action is not optional, it is non-negotiable. Those who wait for motivation, inspiration, or the perfect conditions will never experience what it feels like to live fully. Action, even when imperfect or uncertain, moves you forward. It produces momentum, and momentum is unstoppable once it starts flowing. Lazy days allow inertia to control your life. Legend days harness the power of deliberate, massive action to carve out extraordinary results. Discipline is the backbone of every legend day. Discipline is the ability to do what must be done even when you do not feel like it, even when resistance rises, even when distractions scream for your attention. Discipline is what separates the dreamers from the doers, the ordinary from the extraordinary. It is the quiet, unseen force that ensures your actions align with your ambitions. Without discipline, action is sporadic and ineffective. With discipline, even small steps compound into massive results. Discipline transforms your mindset from reactive to proactive. It trains you to focus on priorities, to resist temptation, and to persevere through challenges. Every legendary figure, every successful entrepreneur, every champion athlete has built their life on a foundation of discipline. Discipline is not about deprivation, it is about freedom. The freedom to create, to achieve, to leave a mark on the world that reflects your highest potential. Relentless focus is what allows legend days to become transformational. Focus is the ability to direct your energy toward what truly matters and to block out everything that does not. The modern world is full of distractions, noise, and endless options designed to fragment attention and dilute results. Focus is the antidote to this chaos. When you cultivate relentless focus, you are no longer a slave to circumstance or distraction. You decide where your energy goes, and you invest it in what moves the needle in your life. Focus enables consistency, clarity, and precision. It allows you to prioritize the essential over the trivial and to channel your effort into what produces the greatest impact. Lazy days are unfocused, scattered, and passive. Legend days are intentional, concentrated, and unstoppable. Every moment of attention is like fuel for a fire, powering your growth, your influence, and your success. Massive action, discipline, and relentless focus work together like gears in a high-performance machine. Action without discipline is wasted energy. Discipline without focus is wasted effort. Focus without action is wasted potential. The synergy of all three creates exponential results. Legend days are not accidental. They are carefully crafted through intentional choices, unwavering commitment, and a refusal to settle for mediocrity. Each decision you make throughout the day, from how you spend your time to how you respond to challenges, either builds a legend day or allows laziness to creep back in. The person who masters these three forces understands that success is not random. It is designed, executed, and earned. Legend days are also about embracing discomfort. Action, discipline, and focus are rarely comfortable. They push you beyond your current limits. They challenge your habits, your mindset, and your excuses. They demand more than you think you can give. But it is precisely in these moments of discomfort that growth occurs. Lazy days avoid discomfort, procrastinate, and rationalize inaction. Legend days confront it head on, knowing that real transformation is born in the tension between effort and resistance. Every challenge becomes an opportunity to strengthen your mind, body, and spirit. Every setback becomes a setup for a comeback. Every difficult moment is fuel for progress. Accountability is another hallmark of legend days. You must hold yourself responsible for your actions, your results, and your progress. Excuses are the enemy of achievement. Blaming circumstances, waiting for permission, or hoping for easier conditions only perpetuates laziness. Legend days demand that you take full ownership of your life. You cannot control everything, but you can control your effort, your focus, and your persistence. Ownership transforms action into results, mistakes into lessons, and effort into mastery. It empowers you to rise above mediocrity and create the life you are capable of living. Massive action, discipline, and relentless focus are not just principles. They are habits that compound over time. Every legend day strengthens these habits. Every small victory reinforces them. Every challenge faced and conquered expands your capacity. Lazy days, by contrast, weaken habits, erode confidence, and allow potential to wither. The choice is yours. You can drift through life in mediocrity, or you can step into legend by committing to action, embracing discipline, and mastering focus. The life you imagine is within reach, but only if you dedicate yourself fully to the process every single day. Obstacles are inevitable. Resilience transforms challenges into legendary results. Life is not a straight path. No matter how clear your vision is, no matter how determined your mindset, you will face resistance, setbacks, and failures. These obstacles are not punishments. They are tests, and how you respond to them determines whether you drift through life or rise to greatness. Resilience is the key that converts difficulty into progress. It is the ability to face adversity with courage, to recover quickly from setbacks, and to continue moving forward with unwavering determination. Lazy days train you to avoid challenges, to look for easy paths, and to surrender at the first sign of discomfort. Legend days train you to see every obstacle as an opportunity to grow stronger, smarter, and more capable. Resilience begins with mindset. You must understand that challenges are not the end of the road, but the proving ground for your potential. Life will throw unexpected events at you, people will doubt you, circumstances will change without warning, and problems will arise that seem insurmountable. The difference between a life of mediocrity and a life of legend is not the absence of obstacles, but the presence of a resilient spirit. Those who rise refuse to let failure define them. They refuse to let fear stop them. They refuse to let temporary discomfort steal long-term progress. Every challenge becomes a chance to prove to yourself that you are capable. Every setback becomes a lesson that builds wisdom, and every struggle becomes fuel for unstoppable forward momentum. Resilience is not just mental toughness, it is also action under pressure. It is easy to feel motivated when things are going well, when the path is clear and opportunities are abundant. True resilience is tested when circumstances are difficult, when progress seems slow, when others have given up. In these moments, you must act anyway. You must persevere anyway. You must take responsibility for your response and decide that your results will not be dictated by circumstance, but by your determination and your effort. Lazy days train you to wait, to delay, to hope for easier conditions. Legend days train you to act regardless of conditions, to rise even when it is uncomfortable, and to take control of your destiny no matter the obstacles in your way. Obstacles also reveal character. The way you handle difficulty shapes who you are and who you will become. Do you crumble under pressure, or do you stand tall and keep moving? Do you complain, or do you create solutions? Do you focus on what went wrong, or do you focus on what you can do next? Resilience is not just a skill. It is a lifestyle, a way of being that transforms every challenge into a stepping stone toward your ultimate goals. Each time you overcome a difficulty, you grow in confidence, courage, and capability. Each time you choose action over avoidance, persistence over surrender, and solution over excuse, you reinforce a habit that makes every future obstacle easier to overcome. Lazy days teach avoidance, legend days teach mastery. Preparation amplifies resilience. You cannot control every obstacle, but you can control your preparation, your mindset, and your habits. Strengthening your skills, building mental and emotional endurance, and creating systems of discipline all prepare you to respond effectively when challenges arrive. The more prepared you are, the less power obstacles have over you, and the more opportunity you have to turn them into victories. Legend days are deliberate. They are designed to strengthen your ability to face resistance and convert it into momentum. Every hour spent improving yourself, every moment dedicated to focus and effort, adds layers of resilience that compound over time. Lazy days squander these opportunities and leave you vulnerable to defeat. Persistence is the engine of resilience. Success is rarely instantaneous. Most achievements require repeated effort, repeated attempts, and repeated failures before a breakthrough occurs. Those who embrace legend days understand that persistence is non-negotiable. They embrace the grind, the struggle, and the repeated actions that others avoid. Every failure is temporary, every setback is a setup, and every obstacle is an invitation to grow stronger. Lazy days, by contrast, surrender to the first hint of difficulty. They prioritize comfort over growth, excuses over effort, and stagnation over progress. Legendary results are born from the consistent application of resilience. It is not about avoiding obstacles, it is about mastering them. It is about developing a mindset that views challenge as fuel rather than frustration, difficulty as opportunity rather than threat, and adversity as a test rather than a sentence. Every obstacle you face is a chance to become stronger, to sharpen your skills, to deepen your character, and to accelerate your path to greatness. When you commit to legend days, you commit to resilience, to action under pressure, and to turning every challenge into a catalyst for extraordinary results. Your life is a reflection of your daily decisions. Choose to live fully every day. Every single day, you are casting votes for the life you want to create. Every action, every thought, every choice is a declaration of what you value, who you are becoming, and what you will achieve. Many people underestimate the power of daily decisions. They think the big moments define their life, but the truth is, it is the accumulation of small, consistent choices that determines whether you live a life of mediocrity or a life of legend. Lazy days teach you to defer responsibility, to drift, to settle for less. Legend days teach you to be deliberate, to seize control, and to live with intention. If you want extraordinary results, it begins with extraordinary daily choices. Your habits define your future. Every day, your routines, your mindset, and your actions shape the trajectory of your life. Lazy habits lead to complacency, regret, and wasted potential. They erode confidence, diminish skill, and drain energy. Legend habits, on the other hand, are deliberate, purposeful, and aligned with your highest goals. They compound over time, building momentum, skill, and mastery. The choices you make when no one is watching determine the quality of your life when everyone is watching. One day of intentional living may feel small, but repeated over weeks, months, and years, it creates unstoppable momentum. Every decision to act, to focus, to push beyond comfort, to invest in yourself and your future is a vote for a life of impact, power, and fulfillment. Self-awareness is crucial for making legendary choices. You must know what matters most to you, what drives your passion, and what you refuse to compromise. Without clarity, it is easy to drift through life, influenced by other people's expectations, distractions, and societal norms. Lazy days thrive in uncertainty because they do not require courage or decision. Legend days thrive in clarity because every action is purposeful and intentional. You must constantly evaluate your choices, question your priorities, and ensure that your daily actions are aligned with your ultimate vision. Every moment you spend consciously steering your life is a moment spent creating something extraordinary. Time is your most valuable resource. Every day is a finite gift, and how you spend it determines the quality of your life. Lazy days waste time on meaningless distractions, procrastination, and avoidance. Legend days honor time, investing it in growth, contribution, and progress. Time management is not about controlling every second, but about deciding what deserves your attention and energy. The person who chooses legend days understands that every hour has potential and that wasted time is lost opportunity. They ruthlessly protect their focus, cut out what is unnecessary, and commit to actions that move them closer to their goals. Every choice to respect time multiplies your ability to achieve influence and leave a legacy. Responsibility is at the heart of legendary living. You cannot control everything in life, but you can control your choices, your effort, and your attitude. Excuses, blame, and passivity are the hallmarks of lazy days. Taking full responsibility for your life is the hallmark of legend days. When you own your decisions, you reclaim your power. You recognize that every action contributes to your results, and that every delay or inaction is a conscious or unconscious choice. Responsibility is freedom because it allows you to shape your destiny. When you stop blaming, stop waiting, and start acting, you become unstoppable. Consistency turns small decisions into monumental results. Legendary living is not about occasional bursts of effort. It is about sustained, focused, high-quality action repeated day after day. Lazy days train you to drift, to wait for perfect conditions, and to sacrifice long-term progress for short-term comfort. Legend days train you to show up, to push forward, and to take decisive action regardless of circumstance. Every choice you make compounds. Every decision to act reinforces your ability to act again. Every moment you invest in yourself and your purpose builds momentum that is impossible to stop. The impact of your daily decisions extends beyond your life. The energy, focus, and actions you bring to each day affect everyone around you. Legend days inspire others, create opportunities, and generate influence. They ripple outward, shaping relationships, communities, and environments. Lazy days, by contrast, have the opposite effect. They diminish potential, drain energy, and normalize mediocrity. The world responds to your consistency, your discipline, and your willingness to act. Every day is a chance to shape your life and the lives of others, to leave a mark, and to contribute something meaningful. Every day you decide whether to drift or to rise. Every day you choose between comfort and challenge, excuses and action, stagnation and growth. Every day you are building a life, brick by brick, decision by decision. The cumulative effect of these choices is your destiny. Lazy days kill potential and leave dreams unfulfilled. Legend days amplify potential and create results that are extraordinary, memorable, and lasting. You have the power to choose today and every day after to live fully, to act decisively, and to step into a life that reflects your highest potential.